Welcome to Study Smart Australia, the podcast that helps international students not just survive, but thrive in Australia. I'm your host, Anna. If you've ever opened an email from the Department of Home Affairs and read those 4 words, "Your visa is refused," you know that sinking feeling in your chest, the confusion, the disappointment, the fear of what happens next. But here's the good news. That refusal doesn't have to be the end of your Australian dream. There's still a second chance, and it's called the Administrative Review Tribunal, or ART, to help us understand exactly how the ART works and how you can turn a refusal into an approval. We've invited Tom, a visa expert from GTE Experts, who's guided hundreds of students through successful appeals. Tom, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Anna. It's great to be here. And yes, the ART is one of the most important options for students facing a visa refusal. The Administrative Review Tribunal, or ART, is an independent body that reviews decisions made by the Department of Home Affairs, including visa refusals, cancellations, and sponsorship matters. Think of it as a second look, a fair review where you can present new evidence, explain your circumstances, and show that you genuinely meet the student visa requirements.
So it's not just checking paperwork. It's a real chance to fix the record and be heard again.
Exactly. The tribunal member, that's the decision maker, can 1. Affirm the refusal, you lose, 2. Set aside and substitute a new decision, you win, or 3. Remit it back to the department for reconsideration. It's not automatic forgiveness. It's your structured opportunity to correct the mistakes and provide solid proof.
Before we even talk about appeals, let's face the big question. Why are student visas refused so often?
There are a few main reasons. First, GTE concerns. The officer doubts that you genuinely intend to stay in Australia temporarily. Second, financial issues. There may be insufficient proof of funds or an unclear source of money. Third, incomplete or inaccurate documents, missing information or inconsistencies in the paperwork. Fourth, health or character problems, issues identified during health or background checks. Fifth, academic inconsistency, such as unexplained course changes or unclear academic progression.
So, understanding why you were refused becomes step 1 in fixing it.
Exactly. The refusal letter itself tells you where the weaknesses are. Each not satisfied statement is what you need to address in your ART submission.
Okay, let's talk about who can actually appeal.
You're eligible for ART review if you were in Australia when you applied and when the refusal was made, and the decision is legally reviewable. Most student visa refusals are. If the refusal happened while you were offshore, the ART can't review it. You'd need to reapply for a new student visa.
So if you were on shore, you still have a fighting chance. That's great. Okay, let's talk about the part everyone fears, the deadline.
Yes, you have 21 or 28 calendar days from the date of notification to lodge your appeal. If you're in detention, only 7 days. For some character-based refusals, 9 days.
21 days. No extensions, no excuses.
Exactly. The ART cannot legally accept late applications, so mark it on your calendar the same day you get that letter and act fast.
Okay, I understand the time is very limited. What's the next step, Tom?
You'll need to lodge your appeal online at art.gov.au. Prepare your refusal letter, personal details, and the application fee. Currently, $3,580 Australian dollars as of July 2025. If you're facing financial hardship, you can request a 50% fee reduction after making the payment. Once submitted, you'll receive a case number, which serves as your official confirmation that the appeal process has begun.
Oh, that's actually simpler than most people imagine.
Yes, lodging an application is quite simple, but once it moves to the appeal process, things become much more serious. After lodging, the ART requests your full file from the department. Then they'll invite you to submit new evidence or written arguments. Eventually, they schedule a hearing, either in person or online. While you wait, your bridging visa A usually keeps you lawful in Australia.
So you're not in trouble just for waiting, as long as that visa remains valid.
Exactly, but always check your conditions. Some bridging visas limit work or study.
Okay, this is the make or break moment. How do you actually build a strong case?
Start by targeting every refusal reason directly. If it's GTE, write a detailed, logical, personal statement. Explain your career path, why this course matters, and how it links to opportunities in your home country. The procedure is very similar to GTE writing. You can refer to our previous podcast where we shared tips on how to write it. However, you should also address the concerns of the case officers. If it's financial, provide clear, traceable evidence of funds. If it's academic, show transcripts and explain course changes. Everything must be consistent. No contradictions between forms and statements.
So it's not about drowning them in papers. It's about smart, relevant proof.
Exactly, and precision beats volume.
Do students really need help from an immigration agent or lawyer, or can they handle the process on their own?
Technically, you can represent yourself. However, if your case is complex, such as previous refusals, weak financial evidence, or language barriers, a registered migration agent, lawyer, or experienced professional can greatly improve your chances. Let's be honest, if your student visa application was refused, the ATA process is far more complicated. Don't take risks this time.
Because they speak the immigration language, right?
Exactly. They know the legal framework under the migration regulations and how to present evidence the way the art expects.
Would you recommend anyone specific?
We do recommend registered immigration agents and lawyers, as well as qualified education agents. However, keep in mind that there are many professionals who aren't registered, and even some registered ones who lack the right skills. It's important to work with someone who truly understands your case and knows how to handle it properly.
So the big day arrives, the hearing. What's it like?
Relaxed and private. The member will discuss your case, ask questions, and let you respond. You can bring an interpreter or representative. It's not a courtroom, it's a conversation.
So breathe, be honest, and tell your story with confidence.
Exactly. Authenticity matters more than perfect grammar.
And when the decision comes?
There are 3 possible outcomes. First, set aside, substituted. You win outright. Second, remitted. The case is sent back to the department for reconsideration. Third, affirmed. The refusal stands. If the decision is affirmed, you have 35 days before your bridging visa ceases. That's when you must decide whether to pursue a judicial review or reapply from offshore.
So even a loss gives you options, as long as you act within time.
Oh yes, processing can take 6 to 24 months for student visas. Use that time wisely, improve your English scores, volunteer, or take short courses to strengthen your credibility. Some students use this period strategically to complete their studies before departing Australia. So, an ART appeal not only gives you a chance to overturn your visa refusal, but can also extend your stay in Australia while you wait for the hearing and finish your course.
Turn waiting into preparation. I love that! Okay, rapid fire round. Biggest mistakes to avoid.
Missing the deadline. Even one day late can void your chance to appeal. Using generic copy-paste GTE statements, they fail to show genuine intent. Submitting unverified financial documents leads to credibility issues. Ignoring inconsistencies, officers will notice and question them. Over-explaining without evidence, claims must be supported by clear documentation.
This process can feel never-ending. How can students stay sane and compliant while waiting?
Keep your bridging visa valid, stay informed through Vivo, and emotionally, connect with support networks, talk to classmates, get help when you feel anxious.
Yes, you're not alone. Thousands go through this every year and come out stronger.
If you win, congratulations. The department reopens your case, may request new medicals, and can then grant your visa. If you lose, remember, you still have time to plan your next step.
So every outcome is a lesson, not a failure. That wraps up today's episode of Study Smart Australia. Remember, you usually have 28 days to appeal through art.gov.au. The fee is $3,580 Australian dollars, with half refunded if you win. Stay lawful on your bridging visa and prepare solid evidence that directly addresses the refusal reasons. And if you need help, reach out to GTE experts or any qualified professional for guidance.
Don't face it alone. Guidance makes all the difference.
Thanks for tuning in. If this episode helped you, share it with a friend who's struggling after a visa refusal. Until next time, stay hopeful, stay proactive, and keep chasing your Australian dream.